So why would you do a 5-day intensive? Let's start with the nervous system rewiring intensive. If you are fighting an environmental illness, challenging your system, if you have sensory issues, you're sensitive to loud noises, bright lights, if you have an autoimmune disorder, that you just can't seem to wrap your arms around, you keep flaring, you keep struggling. If you have a trauma history or a high ACE score, so adverse childhood experiences score, if you have digestive issues chronically, if you just are tired of not like resetting and rebooting your system and therapy, the 5-day intensive is what you have been looking for. Okay, it is what you've been looking for. It is Safe and Sound Protocol by Dr. Porges. It is Emotional Freedom Technique. It is IFS parts work. It's brain spotting, so we're getting to midbrain work and memories. And it's also something called QNRT, which is a quantum neuro reset intervention. When I tell you that by the end of the 5 days, you're going to feel like practically a different person, I am not kidding. Everyone has loved it. Everyone has enjoyed the time that we deeply get to spend together. If you are someone who is in the surrounding area, then I do the intensive over the course of 4 weeks. We do 3 days. So the way we do it is we would do a Tuesday every week for 3 weeks. And then the 4th week, we would do a Tuesday, Thursday. And that's how we do it if you were local to my office. And I'm in Cornelius, North Carolina. If you are out of town, so I do have people flying in to do the intensives, then we go ahead and do 3 days intensively in office. So that would be a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sometimes we do a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then we pick up the remainder of the intensive the following week, and we do it virtually. So we close out virtually. And so it's the same number of hours and everything, and we do all the brain spotting and parts work and not IFS, but the brain spotting, all the things, EFT, all of that we do virtually for the remaining 3 days. We don't have you fly in, do all 5 days and fly out. It's too aggressive for the nervous system. I've had people stay over for the weekend and then pick it back up the first part of the next week. But it's just as beautiful to have the rest of the intensive conducted with you back in your environment, being activated by the things you normally see and all of that, because that's the benefit that the people who are in town and driving back and forth home, they get re-triggered, reactivated by their nervous system and regrounded. An option that you do have that you do not have to take as an add-on is Voxer access during the month of, and you can add this whether from out of town or not, but the month of the nervous system rewiring, you can have Voxer access to me, which is a voice messaging system where I will explain to you how frequently I'm available to respond to your voice messages, and you have me in your ear checking in on you throughout the week. You're reaching out to me as you need me during this rewiring process. I have to be completely honest, as someone with lupus diagnosis as a result of tick-borne illness and mycotoxin exposure, I had to go through a variation of this process 3 times to get my nervous system to properly heal. And I have a version of this process that I'm about to engage in here again, just because things can throw you out of whack, or your nervous system in its rewiring and healing ends up now having like this brand new kind of hurdle, or as you try to challenge your system more aggressively because you're feeling more healed, you notice that it needs support with neuroplasticity around this next area. And for me, now that I am much more capable and have much more energy and much more repair and energy production, I have been challenging my body more and forcing my digestion to deal better with food and exercise. And I want the neuroplasticity of the Safe and Sound protocol and brain spotting to help my body to just do this more easily. A lot of this is about ease. It's about, why does it have to be so freaking hard, you know? And I want to lovingly support your system through this process. So the way this works is, if this is something you're interested in, the 5-day intensive is my big intensive. It's a more costly intensive. It's a much more robust for the both of us than like my 1-day intensive for 3 hours or my 3-day intensive for 3.5 hours. So this is a consult call. We talk through what your goals are, you know, how it has gone for you in the past and what you've done. Then if you decide you want to move forward, you will put a deposit down, and then we will move on to the intake appointment, which is a Zoom appointment. And then before 2 to 3 days before you have your actual first intensive appointment, you would pay the remainder of the balance, and then we are off and running. And that is how the process works. I look forward to supporting you. I know that the healing potential that you have inside of you just needs to be tapped into. And until I meet with you, be well.